Okay, good morning, welcome. SLDC regular board meeting, regular session, June 23rd, 2025, 8 a.m. Welcome to those on screen and to those in the room. May I have a call to order?
Director Arnold, Alderwoman Clark Colbert, Director Gilbert,
Here.
Director Koenig,
Present.
Director McBride,
Present.
Alderwoman Sonyang, Director Spencer, Director Reed, and Chair Halls.
Present. Thank you. May I have approval of the minutes of the May 15th, 2025 regular board meeting distributed to everyone previously?
So moved.
I'm sorry, I have an adjustment.
Okay,
I'm listed as Lori Gilbert as an attendee as opposed to Lori Koenig. In the notes.
I'm Lori Gilbert.
I know, so there's two of us in there.
I didn't even see that. Yeah.
All right, we can make that.
Make that change. Any other comments? Any other comments, questions? Okay, as modified, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of May 15th?
So moved.
Second. And then.
Director Arnold,
Aye.
Director Gilbert,
Aye.
Director Koenig,
Aye.
Director McBride,
Aye.
Director Spencer,
Aye.
and Chair Halls.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Resolution number 25, SLDC 1024, authorizing issuance for requests for qualifications to establish a short list for marketing and branding services and establishing a selection committee to review, select, and recommend proposals.
So I'm going to discuss the three resolutions I have because they're all interconnected, but I'll start with the RFQ for a short list for marketing services. So the last time that we had a short list, it was done back in April of 2022. So we feel like we need to have an updated short list. We want to include firms who may be interested today that weren't, who didn't apply 3 years ago. And this is to support our non-ARPA and ARPA programs. This gives us flexibility. Some of you might ask, why would we put a marketing firm for ARPA marketing in this RFQ? Because ARPA ends December 2026, but we're still required to solicit qualifications or proposals every year. And Candid, the marketing firm that we're working with, they have submitted a proposal to SLDC every year for ARPA and our standard marketing services. And it will take at least about 2 months to issue an RFQ, approve a list, and then select a firm. That's why we're asking for the next two resolutions to extend the ARPA and non-ARPA contracts with Candid. For the ARPA contract, that is, we're asking to have $50,000 for 4 months approved. That's 1/3 of the fiscal 2025 budget. And for the non-ARPA contract, we're asking for $65,000 for 4 months to be approved. That also represents 1/3 of the fiscal 2025 budget. And that is the flat for Candid. And prior budgets, we have other marketing implementation materials such as videography, event support, etc. Normally how that works is, say we have a videographer, the videographer would invoice Candid, and then Candid would invoice SLDC, and we would pay them to then pay the videographer. We're taking Candid out going forward as the middleman, so I will be the one to have the videographer invoice me, and then we'll pay them directly. That way there's no confusion in how much money that Candid is taking home. And if we were to select a new firm, Candid is involved in a lot of SLDC marketing stuff, so it would take time to kind of decouple from them. So what else? And
How long is the extension, excuse me?
4 months.
4 months.
For
Thank you.
both,
Thank you.
yes. And we do have ongoing marketing things going on with Candid right now, such as tornado response, etc. So if we were to pick a new firm, we can kind of see an end of the tunnel where we can start planning for a transition. Any questions?
So I do have a question. So I see in here they do a lot of social media,
Yes.
both mining and production, it looks like.
Mhm.
Are they producing the messages on social media?
We do that, we coordinate with each other to do that, and I do the social media as well with them.
So you're overseeing the message?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Myself, we collaborate. Sometimes Stephanie's involved. Otis is involved sometimes.
okay. Thanks. And then one last question. So it's 4 months is the extension.
Yes,
Is there any sort of sooner termination clause in that contract?
to my understanding, the contract ends on June 30th, and we need to make an extension before June 30th.
Okay,
But if it ended June 30th, we would then have no marketing firm unless we wanted to choose one from the short list that was done 3 years ago.
understand. Thank you.
One question, the reason it's broken out again is because there's two different sources of funding, is that the
Yes.
case?
Yes. We're required to do that by the ARPA rules.
Right, okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is takes us through 10/26. I'm gonna do these as one unless anybody has any objections. Okay, resolution, pardon me?
If we need to take them separately by ARPA, do we need to vote on them separately?
Just out of abundance of caution, I think it makes sense to vote on them separately.
Separately?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um. Okay. Sorry about this. Resolution 25, SLDC 10/24. As just presented, may I have a motion to approve?
So move.
A second?
Thank you.
Director Arnold,
Aye.
Director Gilbert,
Aye.
Director Koenig,
Aye.
Director McBride.
Aye.
Alderwoman Sonia,
Aye.
Director Spencer,
Aye.
Chair Halls.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 25, SLDC 10/25, authorizing the extension of contract with candidate for marketing, branding, and communications, which we've just discussed. And this is non-ARPA, correct?
Yes.
Okay, non-ARPA. Any questions? May I have a motion to approve?
So moved, request previous rule.
Second.
Objections to previous rule, so motion passes.
Pardon, Jim?
No objections to previous rule, so motion passes.
Resolution 25, SLDC 10/26, authorizing extension of ARPA contract with candidate LLC for marketing, branding, and communications as previously presented by Mr. Broxton. Any questions? May I have a motion to approve resolution 25 SLDC 10/26?
Again, request previous rule.
You. So resolution number 25 SLDC 10/27, approving a revised employee handbook incorporating updated policies and procedure. Ms. Sykes?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Director Halls and Board of Directors. I am Lisa Sykes, Vice President of People and Culture here, St. Louis Development Corporation, and as mentioned, I'm here to present resolution 25 SLDC 10/27.
I said, why don't you stand so that. This just come here, that way they all can see.
Okay, so this resolution adopts an updated employee handbook to replace all prior versions. It will also incorporate modern practices and document the operational processes for SLDC employees. So to give you a little back history on why we're here today. So SLDC adopted a personnel policy and procedures manual by resolution SLDC 90 SLDC 05 on December 21st, 1990. And the manual has been updated several times by resolution over the years. This latest iteration dated 2023 was approved by SLDC Board of Directors with resolution 23 SLDC 883 on April 20th, 2023. So the resolution authorized a replacement of 2023 employee handbook with the updated version, 2025 employee handbook, and it is attached to the exhibit today. So some of our proposed some of our proposed changes is transitioning from accrual time. So vacation, sick, and floating holidays will be in one bucket, which we're just transitioning to PTO. And employees can deduct hours deduct hours from that one bucket. We're also wanting to update our performance management process. So we've done that. It's an electronic process now. A lot of the processes we have and procedures we have are very old and antiquated. And so updating and coming with the current times will help be more effective in tracking employee performance. Another change is our corrective action procedure. And so that is a document that was created to help with performance management, as well as documenting issues with employees and changes in employees' behavior and things like that, and tracking that for personnel policies. So I'll pause there if you have any questions for me.
Well, I think one more you need to add in, and so that everybody is aware. We are going back to a 5-day work week, except for approval by department head or supervisor. All right, so just be known that it will be announced to employees the following day.
So are there any questions from?
You did a great job. I went through the summary and those workplace presence. I think those are important. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. You're sending a message that economic development is having people in the office, so it really is.
Well, I'm of the mind that the agency is a public agency and that we serve the public. We can't do it from our kitchen or bedroom. We have to be here to be responsive, and so we will.
Any other questions?
Questions?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sykes. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 25 SLDC 1027?
So moved.
Second, what's the previous role?
No objection to previous vote, motion passes.
Oh, fine. Thank you. Resolution number 25 SLDC 1028, approving execution of a rental agreement with St. Louis Community College for use of the William J. Harrison Education Center for the Northside Economic Empowerment Center. Stacy Fowler.
Good morning. Good morning, board members. I am here to talk with you about the Northside Economic Empowerment Center. I know you guys know due to the tornado, it has hit the list of Sumner being closed, and they no longer want anyone in the building. We were planning to find a new location anyway. It just kind of pushed us along a lot faster than we thought we were gonna go. So we have been working with the St. Louis Community College to have space in the William Harrison Education Center. It's not that far from Sumner. It's right there at Cass and Grand, kind of corner to Vashon High School. The facility is beautiful. We would actually be on the first floor. It won't be as much square footage, but it will give us everything we need in terms of the classrooms, the computer labs, technology. People will be able, it feels more business-like is what I'm gonna say. It looks more business-like. And so it would be for a year. And they would, I'll be very honest, the conversation Otis and I had with the chancellor, they want us to take the entire building. But they do, they want activity in the building, they really do. And they they have a couple, so it's two levels, a couple classes are going on upstairs that are from the college. And actually St. Louis Public Schools is in the building also. Empower is in the building. But they really want the building to be used. And so they're excited about the partnership and us being able to, refer our clients to their education, opportunities and businesses. So they see it as a win-win. The other win-win for us, it's cheaper than what we paid at Sumner. Sumner was like 100,000. This is 84,000 for the year. And so, we just need a place to be. We are there now. They did allow us to come in early because of the tornado and disaster response with the small business admin and FEMA. And so since the 12th of the month, we've seen about 75 businesses and residents come in and do face-to-face with the SBA and FEMA thus far. And so I don't know how long we'll have FEMA, but SBA said they would be there with us at least until about maybe the end of July to August. In terms of people wanting to do face-to-face. Of course, they can call their 1-800 numbers and FEMA has their way for people to, but sometimes people just want a person to talk. And we're there. So the businesses, I think the word is getting out. More businesses are coming and actually doing their paperwork. So workshops have never stopped in this interim time. We've done them virtually. We normally do it hybridly where we do it virtual and in person. By us being in the building as of July 1, if you guys give us approval, we'll go back to our hybrid model of doing it both ways. So we never stopped.
Stacey, how many people are in there? How many people are working in there?
Economic Empowerment Center, we have 8. Not counting me. I'm in the house, you never know where I'm gonna be.
On the computer labs, how many computers are provided?
25.
Is that more or less than?
Oh, yes.
Sumner?
Summer, we only had 10 laptops. So we have one computer lab that has 25, and we have a smaller lab that has 10 that we can access. And people will have access to Wi-Fi. We still have space for the businesses to come in and do what we call hoteling. We're not an incubator, but we have a lot of home-based businesses. So if they need to have a meeting or meet with someone and they're not at their home, they can always come in and have space to be able to have meetings with businesses or potential folks that they want to do business with.
It is a beautiful building.
Right, yes.
Got lots of little nooks and crannies.
It does.
Small things in too.
And we've used the building to do a couple of our larger meetings where we do meeting with contractors, our meeting with the GCs, just different meeting with our executive director, that kind of thing.
This particular function has been one that has been well received in the neighborhood or in the city. And so we definitely want to continue to provide it. And this seems to be an ideal location, given the need to relocate.
And we're not too far out of our footprint. I think people would feel comfortable coming there, still have adequate parking that's free for people to come in and out. It's accessible. We have an elevator if people need to go up, all of that.
Right. What classes are in there? How many classrooms does the community college have? And I mean, are they running classes in there regularly or?
No, actually, they end June 30th, so I don't know what other classes they're gonna be offering. And if they do, they would be on the second floor, but right now I haven't seen a schedule yet of any, if it is, it's gonna be medical related, because that's what they're doing on the second floor now.
Like nursing kind of?
It's patient care tech.
Okay.
We could get a little bit into the details on the lease. So it's 84,000 is actually the lease. The resolution's for 110,000. So that 26,000 is for moving incidental.
For up to.
It's for up to, and the reason we do that is because there are spaces that if we needed to use them, there will be a cost to us for those spaces. And so, like, if we decide we want a meeting that will hold maybe 100 people, they have big rooms where we can rent those rooms out for the day. So we wanted to make sure we had enough, so I wouldn't have to keep running back to you guys, but
Is it an option to expand, or is it just option to use extra space as needed?
as needed.
Okay, thanks.
And what's the total square footage on that $84,000?
Did you see that in anything?
We just got the room numbers. I don't think we got the square footage.
The square footage, but I can send that to you.
I'm just trying to do some quick math. It's probably an $8 to $10 to $12 a square foot lease, but you're getting a lot of additional benefits. And this is a gross lease because
Yes,
they're paying for all the utilities.
right. That includes utilities, security, maintenance, janitorial services. There's no cost.
And this is funded not by ARPA, but another
No,
funding
it
source?
is funded by ARPA.
Okay, and that's why we're just doing a 12-month lease. So we have to come back next year. Just moving and getting settled in. Be nice to be able to have some options or extensions
Well,
available.
when we talked to them, if we needed to stay there longer, they didn't object to that. I mean, they did.
Okay, thank you.
And the additional computers, the community college is letting us use those.
Yes,
Those we
it's
didn't have
their
to purchase.
computers
It's their
and the computer.
computer.
Yeah, we don't have to purchase any.
Okay, wow.
So
that's
we will
really-
have
that's
access
really
to
great.
that. Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you, Stacy. May I have a motion to approve resolution 25 SLDC 1028?
So motion.
Second, previous role.
Thank you.
I would like to be added as a vote, please.
Oh,
Objection to previous row.
oh, yeah. Oh.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Director Arnold,
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
Aye.
Director Gilbert,
Aye.
Director Koenig,
Aye.
Director McBride,
Aye.
Alderwoman Sonia,
Aye.
Director Spencer,
Aye.
and Chair Halls.
Aye. Thank you, Laura. Okay, moving on, resolution number 25 SLDC 1029. Authorizing issuance of a request for proposals for a project management consultant and establishing a selection committee to review, select, and recommend proposals for a project manager consultant. Otis?
Yes. So we wanted to get board's approval to proceed with issuing a RFP for this service. And it's similar to what we did when we were focused on trying to maintain or at least keep the NGA. So we hired a consultant, and some of the board members who served for a long time may remember a project management team that was led by Russell Halliday at the time, and made a huge difference in our ability to compete. And so in this case, we're looking for someone to lead us in all of our efforts, and this is going to require a lot of coordination. We are just not looking at moving bricks and doing. This is a coordinated effort that includes planning, the position of managing and finding finance to help the financial situation there, but also to be able to leverage the limited funds that we will have. And so those are some of the things that happened during the last major hurdle that we had. And I see this as one that will require additional support from a project management type team. So this team will include planning, project management, and financial assistance, as well as community engagement with the various communities and neighborhoods within the impact area and around the edges of it. So seeking board approval for SLDC 1029. Any questions?
We're looking for project managers outside the current SLDC structure.
Yes, we're looking for, outside support. And the reason I used the example of the NGA, it was, to acquire a private, support to be able to do this and to be able to have full-time, focus on the issue that we have at hand.
Any other questions? Comments? No? Okay, may I have a motion to approve resolution 25 SLDC 1029 as presented?
So move.
Thank you.
Second, request for previous rule.
All right, thank you very much. I think at this time, we're going to move into closed session.
So we'll need a motion. In this circumstance, it'd be appropriate to move for a closed session pursuant to section 610.021 subsections 1, 12, and 13 under the revised statutes of Missouri.
So moved.
Second.
Your roll call.
Director Arnold,
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
Aye.
Director Gilbert,
Aye.
Director Koenig,
Aye.
Director McBride.
Aye.
Alderwoman Saunier,
Aye.
Director Spencer,
Aye.
and Chair Halls.
Aye.
You're on.
Hey, thank you very much. We're going to resume the regular session of the Board of Directors, regular board meeting, June 23rd, 2025. And we are going to resume with Otis's update on the tornado response.
Okay, so,
Pardon?
Also, make sure we have a quorum.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Director Arnold.
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
Aye. Aye.
Well, I thought I started it.
Oh, I saw her.
Yeah, she says aye. You said she just. put it in
Yeah, I
the chat.
saw the chat, but
Okay.
I think we have to hear it. Sorry, hold on one second. Do I have it set up right? So
We cannot hear.
Wait, hold
you.
on,
Can you
hold on just a second. Here we go. We are off. Did you turn this off? Are we on?
yeah, I thought it.
I just want to make sure there was nothing there. Okay. You turn this on.
Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie. Thank you, Celeste. Okay, Alderwoman Clark Hubbard. Can we try it again? She jumped back. She just came back. Give her a second.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Aye.
Thank you. Okay, Director Gilbert,
Aye.
Director Koenig,
Present?
yes, Director McBride,
Present.
Alderwoman Saunier.
Oh, that's she.
She's on mute.
You're muted, Alderwoman Saunier.
Trying to unmute.
Alderwoman, or can you unmute?
I apologize. So I'm recording this vote did I miss a vote when I was trying to log back in to hear the audio?
Alderwoman Saunier.
I know, I'm sorry, Director Otis, but I heard some people saying aye and some people saying present. So I'm trying to make sure I knew what I was.
It's a roll call, so present is sufficient.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew what I was still voting on or if it hadn't changed when I got off. Thank you.
Alderwoman Saunier, are you on the phone? If so, you're muted.
I asked her to unmute.
That's all we can do.
Okay.
Why don't we come back to her?
I'll come back to her. Director Spencer,
She is.
oh,
Present.
Alderwoman Saunier,
meeting.
In there.
Alderwoman Sonia, you're still muted.
Alderwoman Sonia says she can't hear anything.
It's like her. We're good over here.
Okay. In care halls, okay. See what we can do about Alderwoman Sonia.
We have a quorum.
Yeah.
We do have a
You
quorum.
can, you can continue. I'm requiring all Sonia to say.
Okay, okay.
Although. But
You just
she
said
can't,
she
she
can't
can't
hear,
hear anything.
so-
That's she is there, yeah.
Can you cannot hear us? There, you're unmuted.
She's talking, but she can't. We
She
can't
might
hear
need to
her.
connect her audio or something. Yeah.
Or she can communicate through the chat if you all put it like her.
Well, she has.
But she can't
They
hear.
can hear us.
So this video, I am heard through the.
Can you ask her to go out and come back in?
It looks like she just did that. I mean, can we just call her on our phone, put her on speaker?
Yes, we can do it too.
Alderwoman Sonia, are you okay if we put you on speaker on my phone for the meeting? Because we were unable to hear you and I don't think you could hear us. Pardon me? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker then, okay? Okay. Alderwoman Sonia. There we go. Okay.
So I guess we're, my update?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm gonna try and talk loud enough so to make sure you can hear, Alderwoman. So there are two items that I wanted to make sure that the board was aware of. One, I think we've already covered, which was the executive search firm where we are, so I won't go further than that, just to know that the due date for responses remains July 11th. But I'll go to the efforts of the agency in support of the response and recovery efforts that are ongoing with from the tornado of May 16th. So initially, the agency did a survey for of all of the businesses, and through our neighborhood managers and through our business team, we've been able to communicate with a number of businesses that are out there, and thankful to the I call them the action agencies that are out there who are also supporting the businesses and that kind of thing. So unfortunately for us, we did not have funding that would cover all of those. And so we're not dependent, but we're working with the Small Business Administration and local banks to try and help service the need in case of the Small Business Administration, very low interest loans in the case. I do know that the Invest STL has been able to provide some resources to housing related activities and have been very helpful there. But more directly, we have had people who have been supporting the EOC directly. In this case, from helping with debris removal, demolition planning and execution. We have had discussions about housing, environmental cleanup, those kinds of things. And so those things have been sort of coordinated with the EOC staff and have, I believe, had major contributions to the citywide effort. So that is what we have been doing, in addition to working with coordination with financial institutions to try and figure out how we will be able to leverage the funds that we are expecting both from the state and the city, but also the credits that are maybe available to help both from housing and from financing that will come from DED and from MHDC and MDFB. So we have had those conversations with Michelle Hadaway and with Kip Stetzler at MHDC about how they might be able to help us as well. I mentioned the fact that we were looking for an RFP for the overall project manager to be the focal point for our efforts here at SLDC. And I'll end with the fact that we had 250 tickets to a Cardinals game for Wednesday, June 25th. We are providing those to different agencies that have been supportive of the recovery. And so those tickets will be issued to those agencies for them to distribute for people to attend the game. So that is sort of an SLDC effort. Any questions?
Thank you. Thanks for this.
I don't know, Nancy, whether you have any other update that you would like to add from your perspective.
Well, I was mentioning, Sean, as most of you know, when Otis refers to the EOC, the mayor's staff and much of the city councilor's office, are standing up at the police station on the 6th floor, where we've been since the tornado. This is not the usual course of events in this circumstance. And I say that to say, we are hoping very much to get back to regular business as usual. And FEMA, we had a FEMA IMAT team. We live now in a world of acronyms that are totally new to all of us. But there is fundamentally now an emergency management team that they arrive Saturday, and they will be sort of pushing through all of these plans. There will be planners involved and also long-term recovery strategists. So I just say that to say it's been a change of what was expected. And I think that Otis SLDC has done a fantastic job of jumping in with research and projects and plans for recovering and rebuilding.
I have a question. I heard a lot about what is given to help the families or the homes or whatever, but what medically are they doing for the trauma that the community had impacted from the tornado? Are they doing anything?
There are mobile, and I cannot tell you the number, but there are mobile medical units that are going out to the community that are providing, I want to say first aid, but it's more than Band-Aids, but it's less than urgent care, which includes mental health. And there are two and 3 rooms, private rooms in the mobile units for trauma therapy, mental health issues.
One thing I wanted to just say that the overwhelming support from agencies in and outside of the city, as well as the citizens themselves throughout the event has been spectacular. And I think everyone wants to say thank you and applaud all those efforts. the ongoing efforts within the Emergency Management Center. And if you had the opportunity to visit, I know Nancy's working there full-time or had been full-time, but those that have been there have been providing yeoman service, and so we appreciate all of the efforts to get us through to this fall.
It has been, it's been a remarkable effort from all St. Louisans and the state and federal government, frankly.
That's all I have.
All right, our next regular board meeting is scheduled for July 17th, 2025. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move. Second.
You don't do the roll call for adjournment. Thank you.